Welcome to Tinfoil Tidbits, Episode 1. This is a new series I will be doing based on personal messages I've received, comments I've received, requests I've received to share information with the audience. And in some cases, it'll be little items that I just had that didn't warrant an entire video. So these are based on what's been requested to be covered. These aren't necessarily my agenda items. The first tinfoil tidbit we have is the correlation between the dissolution of the Soviet Union, December 26, 1991, and the creation of the European Union, November 1st, 1993. So it's about a little under 2 years there, where one union ends and another one begins. This tinfoil tidbit came to me as I was researching the White Book chapter on Islam, and I looked up the dates of the Dark Ages and the Islamic Golden Age and discovered that they are very similarly paralleling. So the Middle Ages, aka the Dark Ages, is from the 6th to 14th centuries, and the Islamic Golden Age is from the 8th century to the 13th century. I always wondered why it was referred to as the Dark Ages, and I almost wonder if it's referred to the Dark Ages, I guess by Christians and possibly Jews, as the time when Islam was the dominant religion. I mean, if you already knew this correlation, congrats. It never dawned on me till now. Now it all makes sense. I mean, that's a pretty good overlap. 6th to 14th century, 8th to 13th century. I'm not Christian, Jewish, or Muslim, so I don't have a dog in this race. I'm just presenting interesting info that just came to me. This next tinfoil tidbit is called The Lucifer Complex. Someone recommended seeing the film The Lucifer Complex. It's about clones or cloning. The Lucifer Complex is a film from 1978. The film is about a secret agent, Vaughn, to stop a group of Nazis who want to take over the world by cloning. The film was already finished, but was only 2 years later broadcast directly on TV in 1976. He then got a lot of criticism because it was released around the same time as The Boys from Brazil. The film is in the public domain, and you can watch it for free on YouTube. Just type it in. I'm not going to even put the link. All right, I don't have the time to watch this film. If you're the one that requested this, explain in the comments what we can gain out of seeing the Lucifer Complex. I just wanted to cover it and bring it up to people, and it's free online. Tinfoil Tidbit 5, The Origin of Species by Charles Darwin's real title, and that is On the Origin of Species by Means of Natural Selection, or the Preservation of Favored Races and the Struggle for Life. Are favored races, does that mean animals and plants, or does that mean human races? Sounds a little racial to me. Kind of see why they cut that subtitle out of the original title. And if you don't know, On the Origin of Species by Means of Natural Selection, this is the book that's often credited of the theory of evolution. Tinfoil Tidbit 6, Civil Forfeiture in the United States. I received a message that said, cover civil forfeiture in the United States. So, civil forfeiture in the United States, sometimes called civil judicial forfeiture or occasionally civil seizure, is a controversial legal process in which law enforcement officers take assets from persons suspected of involvement with crime or illegal activity without necessarily charging the owners with wrongdoing. While civil procedure, as opposed to criminal procedure, generally involves a dispute between two private citizens, civil forfeiture involves a dispute between law enforcement and property, such as a pile of cash or a house or a boat, such that the thing is suspected of being involved in a crime. To get back the seized property, owners must prove it was not involved in criminal activity. Sometimes it can mean a threat to seize property as well as the act of seizure itself. Proponents see civil forfeiture as a powerful tool to thwart criminal organizations involved in the illegal drug trade with $12 billion in annual profits, since it allows authorities to seize cash and other assets resulting from narcotics trafficking. Well, that's pretty messed up. I can see how they could use that to seize anything. I guess it just depends on which side of the thing you're on. Sounds like a good idea, but it could be abused. Tinfoil Tidbit 7, Rex 84. Rex 84, short for Readiness Exercise 1984, was a classified scenario and drill developed by the United States federal government to detain large numbers of United States citizens deemed to be national security threats in the event that the president declared a state of national emergency. Main Core is the code name of an American governmental database that is believed to have been in existence since the 1980s. It is believed that MainCore is a federal database containing personal and financial data of millions of United States citizens believed to be threats to national security. Data, which is believed to come from the NSA, FBI, CIA, and other sources, is collected and stored without warrants or court orders. The database name derives from the fact that it contains copies of the main core or essence of each item of intelligence information on Americans produced by the FBI and the other agencies of the U.S. intelligence community. Cool, main core. Who knew there was yet another database collecting data? And Rex84. So thanks to whoever shared Rex84. Tinfoil Tidbit 8. King Alfred Plan. The King Alfred Plan was a fictional CIA-led scheme supporting an international effort to eliminate people of African descent. Specifically, it defined how to deal with the threat of a black uprising in the United States by cordoning off black people into concentration camps in the event of a major racial incident. Tinfoil Tidbit 9. The Balfour Declaration. The Balfour Declaration was a letter dated 2 November 1917 from the United Kingdom's Foreign Secretary Arthur James Balfour to Walter Rothschild, 2nd Baron Rothschild, a leader of the British Jewish community, for transmission to the Zionist Federation of Great Britain and Ireland. His Majesty's government view with favor the establishment in Palestine of a national home for the Jewish people and will use their best endeavors to facilitate the achievement of this object, it being clearly understood that nothing shall be done which may prejudice the civil and religious rights of existing non-Jewish communities in Palestine or the rights and political status enjoyed by Jews in any other country. I guess this is for the creation of Israel. I'm not into this whole Palestine versus Israel debate. I mean, people need a place to live, right? Tinfoil Tidbit 10. Belgium leader. King Leopold of Belgium. He was the king of Belgium from 1865 to 1909. He ruled the Congo Free State, which was a private project from 1885 to 1908. The Congo Free State was 76 times larger than Belgium. He is considered one of the greatest liars of all time because he fooled the whole world that he was helping the Congo and the world believed him. Instead, he turned the Congo into a country ruled by forced labor. Leopold ruled about 20 million Congolese. His men tortured, maimed, and slaughtered millions of Congolese. Leopold killed around 10 million Congolese, or 50% of the Congo's population. Before Leopold acquired the Congo Free State, most African countries were free countries, but within 30 years after Leopold acquired the Congo Free State, all but 2 African countries were taken by European countries. He did all of this just to get more money. Leopold died in 1909. Wow, I never heard of this guy until someone hyped me to King Leopold, and I come to find he's one of the top 25 baddest dudes of all time. Tinfoil Tidbit 11. Deaths. I received all of these leads during the election for president. Sandeep Shirlakar, doctor who treated Hillary Clinton for blood clot dead. Daniel Fleck supposedly treated Hillary for dementia. Vincent Fleck, person who leaked Hillary Clinton medical records, found dead, but it's listed as fake news by Snopes. John Jones is Julian Assange's lawyer, and he's dead. And then I think like John Ash died, and Seth Rich, and a couple others. Real or fake, it's irrelevant at this point. The election's done. Tinfoil Tidbit 12 was this headline on Drudge Report, She's Alive. And there was all these different Hillary Clintons on there. Is she cloned? Does she have body doubles? I don't know. It was pretty amazing that the Drudge Report posted it like this. It's almost like Drudge just tapped into the whole cloning and lookalikes and whatnot. And the whole Hillary is sick ordeal. I mean, I guess that's where the fake news originated from, but I mean, I guess that's pretty dirty tricks, but it kind of seemed like she was sick. She always like intentionally was coughing into the mic. So I don't know. I mean, is it... She didn't help the situation at all. And the final tidbit 13, Tinfoil Tidbit 13, is this. When Hillary ran her presidential campaign back in 2008, her campaign co-chair was Debbie Wasserman Schultz. Let's say hypothetically that after losing to Obama, Hillary Clinton wanted to be assured of the nomination in 2016. What better way to lock it down than having your campaign co-chair lead the party? For this scenario to be possible, Hillary would have to not only compel the current chair to step down, but also for him to recommend Debbie Wasserman Schultz to lead the Democratic Party as its chair. One would assume that Hillary would need to promise the current chair something in return. The chairman who stepped down in 2011 and recommended Debbie Wasserman Schultz to succeed him was Tim Kaine, Hillary's VP pick in 2016. Whichever side of the voting political aisle you're on, this is a conspiracy of sorts. Because Tim Kaine definitely was a strange VP pick. And here he was, the DNC chair that recommended Debbie Wasserman Schultz. She used to be Hillary Clinton's campaign chair. And they stole it from Bernie Sanders. So that's just what I've been trying to remind people is it's the DNC that stole it from Bernie Sanders, not Donald Trump. But hey, the election's done. What's done is done. And this is Tinfoil Tidbits episode 1. If you have a tinfoil tidbit that you'd like covered in a future episode at some point, drop it in the comments below. Hit me on Facebook. Send me a private message. However you like to distribute it. Thank you for watching. And I'll see you next time.